taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Welcome to It Just Fits. This is going to be an exciting night because I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited to introduce you to one of my favorite girlfriends, and I'm super duper excited to give away $500 cash. Who feels like a winner? Yvette, do you feel like a winner? Alnis, Pat's guest, do you feel like a winner? Ashley Burton, Vicky, go ahead and sign in the chat. Let us know what city you're in and who invited you. We want to know. We're just giving you a couple minutes. Wasn't that a really cool opening? Thank you, Dorothy, for everything in the background. And so let us know. Some of you are watching from YouTube. Some of you are watching from my fan page, and some of you are watching from our Rock Your Fabulous Facebook group. So we're just giving a couple minutes. I'm watching the numbers go up. So welcome, Christina. Welcome, Visalia. Welcome, Norma Lisa. Go ahead and type your name. Some of you, I can see your name on StreamYard and some I can't. So I see Facebook user. We're going to have some of these popping up. So super excited to welcome all of you. This is our $500 cash giveaway. And without further ado, I'm going to bring in, and I will go ahead and bring her in, my girlfriend, Maury Rosas. I'm so excited. Welcome. Sometimes we call it the pink table. We are calling this our It Just Fits event because we're talking about all the wonderful ways that this business fits in for so many people. And we've got Chicago. I see Helen from New York. We've got Cassie. We've got Latricia in Maryland. We've got Atlanta. We've got Silicon Valley. So introduce yourself and tell them where you live and what's happening in your world today.
Great. First of all, I want to thank you for this invitation. It is an honor to participate with you and exercise my English because I live in a world of Spanish. And I think in Spanish, I dream in Spanish. So I have to think a little bit to bring my words out. But thank you. My name is Maury Rosas, National Sales Director. I've been in Mary Kay for over 25 years already. And I have the privilege to learn a lot from Katrina. We debuted it together as a national sales directors. Yes, I remember that. It's just so fun to be here with you and to share a little bit of my story. So I'm here for you.
I love it. And I appreciate it. I mean, first of all, your English is perfect. Okay, perfecto. I understand everything that you're saying. And I wish that I could return the favor and come back and do a Spanish speaking event with
well, you can come to our group. We have and it'll be in English. And thank God, now the technology is so advanced that even though you can do it in English, you can push a button and it
And it
will be
translates.
translating. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so I owe you. I owe you.
Yes.
I owe you.
Yes. Yes.
Well, this is just a really cool event, and we do it kind of like a podcast. You know, everybody loves podcasts where you listen to someone really awesome being interviewed. And yes, we are national sales directors. Sometimes at this particular event, we come on casual a lot, but I said, let's come on with our national suits. So, just for those of you that are watching and it's the first time, you're like, okay, why? She's in California, she's in Colorado. Why are they dressed alike? Just different blouses and different jewelry. But these are our national sales director suits. Thanks, St. John. And so it's really cool to see us where we are now. But this is just an opportunity to talk about um, your what you've learned as an entrepreneur and what has helped you to build a successful business. And we know that some women that are watching will decide to join us, and other women might have their own businesses. They might be successful in so many other areas. But what we have in common is every woman that has a business, that is married, that has kids, has some of the same challenges. And here I stand, 30 years in Mary Kay. Here you are, 20 plus years in Mary Kay. So we've got 55 years between us. So I think we have some things to share, right? So just tell us a little bit about your family, just a little bit about married, kids, dogs, cats. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm married to the same guy for over 30 years. We have two kids. My son is the oldest. He's probably around 29. I don't keep track of their age, because I think then they will start adding up, and they say, oh, okay, she's this that old. And then I have a 23-year-old daughter who's going to university. And we have a little dog, multiple, named Luca, which is adorable and so well behaved. I mean, I keep telling people that is the best dog of the world.
I love it. Well, I have an amazing dog, but he's not, I wouldn't put well behaved. So if he barks while we're on here, just know that he's making himself known. My dog is an I personality. And for those of you in Mary Kay, that's kind of like the that aren't in Mary Kay. It's kind of like the cheerleader type. The dog that recently passed away was an S personality, very, very, very soft spoken, but don't mess with their family. And my dog that really, it was my dad's dog that passed away shortly after my dad passed away, was a D. That's the dominant type. So we have, I mean, you never really realize dogs have all different personalities, right? If you're a dog person, So I can't wait to see a picture of Luca. So since you talked about your kids and their ages now being grown, how old were they when you started your business?
When I started my business, my son was 4 years of age, and I was going to school. I had several jobs. Like I came to this country really looking for an opportunity that will allow me to fulfill my dreams. I was always a dreamer, and the biggest dream that I had was to travel the world, and that was just like, where do I find that flexibility and that income that will allow me to travel? That has been my passion all along. And little do we know, there's very, very narrow way of finding opportunities. I mean, there's that, especially that gives you flexibility. And when I came to this country, I had to work in several places, many, many odd jobs, until I said, well, maybe having my own business is the way. So I started a boutique, and by that time, my son was 4 years of age, and I hated leaving him at the daycare, at the babysitter, and I said, I want something that I can be with him all the time. And so the store was a small store, and I put him in a little room with a TV, and I was always putting videos and just wanting him to be quiet and not make any noises. And a boy, imagine, 4 years old, and was like, stay quiet, stay quiet, stay quiet. There's a customer, quiet. And it was just a nightmare. I mean, what I had pictured in my mind, oh, my store, it's my own hours, things like that. It turned out to be totally the opposite, because I didn't have enough money to pay for an employee. So I was stuck there from Monday through Sunday,
Mm,
from 10 to
wow.
6. Plus, I had to drive, almost an hour because I've always liked to live a little bit out of the city.
Mhm.
So it was just a nightmare. And that's when I said, "This is not what I wanted. This is not my dream." And my husband was like, "When are you gonna settle for something? When are you gonna start being serious?" Because I keep changing jobs. Imagine, I had 16 jobs in a period of 2 years.
16. Wow.
16.
Wow.
And because I came to this country for the American dream. And
Mhm.
it's like, this is not going to take me to the American dream. This is not going to take me to the American dream. This is not going to take me. And my husband got really tired of me changing jobs. And it's like, I quit. I quit
Wow.
the job. And it's amazing that when I found Mary Kay, I stick to it. And I know many times, maybe there are some consultants and directors that thought crosses your mind, maybe I should be doing something else. But then you start looking this way, that way, other ways. It's like, no way.
Mhm.
It.
Wow. What a story. I mean, 16 jobs. And I said this to you earlier. I said, we've known each other for a long time, but I don't know, so many times we don't sit and talk about all our story from beginning to end. And so this is really exciting to learn. So talk to us about how were you recruited and when did you know that this was something that, you'd stick with? Wow, 25 years. Obviously, you found it. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I know. So I was recruited by a neighbor that lived down the street, and she was knocking on doors giving samples of lipsticks. And I always wanted to have like a favorite lipstick in my purse that I would wear all the time. And I keep buying lipsticks, and it's like, I don't know, I didn't think I could have lots of colors. You know what I mean? Like now I have red, I have purple, I have all kinds of colors.
every color.
But back then, I thought I can only have one lipstick, but I kept buying, and it's like, no, this is not my color. No, this is not my color. No, this is not my everyday lipstick. So she stopped by my house, knock on the door, and it's like, oh, I'm giving out samples. And it's like, oh, great. I was like, how did you know that? I was looking for a lipstick, my forever lipstick, thinking that I can only have one shade. And she said, well, and I saw the lipstick, it's like, this is not my color. And she said, oh, we're going to have a guest event and you can come and try all different colors. I mean, there's going to be all the colors in the line and you can try them. And for me, it was like telling a little girl, you're going to come to a candy bar and you can choose all the candies and you can choose the one you like. So it was like, wow. So I went, and it turned out that it was not the night where they were testing products, that it was the night of marketing plan.
Wow.
And I kept my English was very limited at that time, and I keep hearing, sign up, sign up, sign up. And I said, I'm not signing anything. No way. I don't know what this, why these ladies are so happy. They hug each other all the time and they applaud each other. It's like, I've never seen anything like that in my whole in my whole life. Never seen anything like it. So they seem very suspicious to me. And I stopped answering the phone to her. I felt like she was stalking me because she kept calling and calling. And I said, no, 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 this is not for me. I'm very quiet. I don't have any friends, and I don't want to sell. And 2 years went by, and she called me back. Amazing. And she says, I've been thinking about you. And because I see that you leave your house very early and then you come home very late. What are you up to? What are you doing? And I said, well, I have my own.
Nosy neighbor.
And then she said, and I said, I have my own store, all proud, and it's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. And I've been thinking about you because I just restart my American business, and we're gonna go. One of my friends just earned her car, and so we're gonna go to the car pickup.
Wow.
And I say, really? And she's, yeah, do you want to come? It's like, yeah, I have not been with friends in the longest time. So I craved that
Yeah.
friend time, and then, so I decided to go, and I was, so it made it real for me. 'Cause
Hmm.
the first time I was there, it's like, this is too good to be true. This is not for sure true. And that time that I went, I saw her picking up the car, and then we went for coffee, and I was like, where do I sign up? Where
Yeah.
do I sign up? I was like, come, please tell me, how do I sign up? How do I
The
start?
cars make it real, don't they? As a matter of fact, I think, Helen, did you pick up your car today? I think Helen, right here in the background, I think she picked up her, tell us what number car that is. You're either picking
Number 14, number
number 14 for you, number 16 for me. Who would have thought now you're driving a pink Escalade?
14.
So, Helen, what day are you picking up your car? She said no, but it must be tomorrow or another day. And what number car is that? So, just in the background here, consultants and directors type about the cars that you've earned. It's really picking it up on Friday. Got it in New York, and this is probably car number 6 or 7 for her. So, who would have thought? Number 4. Okay.
Mhm.
So, really super excited. So, just tell me briefly, how did you run and build a business? Because now very successful, the top of your game in our company. How did you build a business with small kids? And those of you that are standing by, yep, we are going to be doing that cash drawing soon. So tell us about what it was like with small kids.
Uh, well, my son turned out to be very well behaved, because I would take him to my classes. I would carry his favorite movie, it was Lion King. So I would stick it in the VCR then.
Telling our age.
Here. And I was very smart because he could only watch that movie while I was doing a skincare class.
Wow.
So he loved that movie. He could watch it when I did my phone call. So it was a special time. So of course he was glued to the
Smart.
TV, and he was very good. After, if he was well behaved, then I would take him to the dollar store and buy him. And I say, you can get whatever you want. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, and everything changed. She was crying all the time. She was so difficult to deal with, and that's when I told my husband, I don't think I can do Mary Kay and take care of my daughter. It is too stressful. Blah 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 blah. And he said, "Well, I'll quit my job and I'll
Mm,
take care of her." And that's been 23 years since he changed careers and started helping me at home. And it's not easy, but it's doable. I mean, you just have to uh, um, negotiate things and get up early. There's so many things that we can make this business work. Mary Kay always said that our business is like water, and every person is like a different container, a different glass, but the water fits in every space, in every single container.
I love it. You and your husband are a power couple. I love seeing you guys together. No matter where we are, he's just, we have a lot of fun together because you said part of your American dream was to travel the world. So let's just think, was your first trip China also your first national trip?
No, my first trip was Australia.
Australia. Okay. So I was going to say, yeah, I think maybe my first one was Australia too. Australia. So our first one was Australia. We've been to Australia. We've been to China. We've been to Europe, back and forth a whole bunch of times. We've been to Hawaii, and trust me, I've been to Hawaii without Mary Kay and going to Hawaii with Mary Kay. Wouldn't you agree? Is very different, right? Even though we travel well, but to stay at the Four Seasons for 7-8 days, when you pay for it yourself, is a whole different thing. But talk to us about really what are some things that make it work for you to work with your husband? Because I work with my husband also in ministry, and it's, couples love each other, but that doesn't mean they can always work together. So, and working together in the home and making it work. So, give us some tips on what has made that work for you guys.
I think the number one thing is show him the money. number one. Once you do that, I mean, they will change and transform themselves in so many ways. And I think that's what the number one thing. Because when he quit his job, I said, I'm going to start making over 5,000 a month. If you support me. And that has been the case from day one. I mean, and my income has increased, but has never, ever, ever over 20 years have gone below $5,000.
Mhm.
And today is not a lot of money, but back then it was a lot of money. So also the trips that really convinced him, because the first trip, the NSD trip, was to Australia, so it
Yep.
was the other side of the world.
Sydney.
After that, we've been to 50 countries, and that's something that we plan all year long. Like this year, we're already planning what are we going to be doing. We're going to go to Cappadocia in Turkey.
Ooh, in
Ooh.
Turkey. Ooh, that's awesome.
So that's the thing. Show him the money.
Hmm. My husband is in Greece right now for ministry,
Mhm.
and of course we will. And he was just in Croatia. I don't know, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and those happen to be two places that we're going back on the trip, right on our cruise in May. So we're already planning and going in early, and looking forward to my mother being able to experience Greece too, on the front end or back end, with family or with one of her girlfriends. And so it's just really a blessing to be able to weave it in. I get to work. My husband supports me so much in this business, but I always joke and say I prayed for a man, and the first man God sent me was my daddy. So it was me and my dad in the home that we built together that supported me and did a lot of the back things with business. So your family does support you when you build a successful business. It's really exciting. So a couple more questions before we do our drawing. What do you feel are your strengths? Because there are things that we do that are alike because we've reached this position. You would find some definite similarities, but in many ways, our work styles are very different. So, what are the strengths that you bring to the table that helped you? Because a lot of women that would describe themselves as kind of shy, like you described yourself prior to Mary Kay, would say, "Oh, I could never."
Mhm.
Not just do this part-time, but do this at a level of being able to have this be your full-time gig. So talk about your strengths.
Mhm. I think my strength is the small group talk, the skincare class,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
uh, that you start with facials one-on-one, and then you grow your self-esteem to be in front of more people. But for me, that's the way I have built my business. 2 3 people at a time, 2 3 people at a time.
mhm,
And also, when you develop leaders, I think that's the key, that I've been able to get face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart, and that was really a key to the growth that I've had, because I have great relationships with my customers, my consultants, my directors,
mhm,
um, and many times I have thought that being an introvert made it hard, but no, because one of the things that I think I do best, I listen.
mhm,
And people think that you have to be very talkative to be successful, but people crave to be listened to,
mhm,
and I think that has been my key.
mhm. That is so important. A lot of times people are like, I don't know the words to say. They're so focused on them. But
Mhm.
if you will just get out of your way and into someone else's way, and take the time to connect. I mean, these are not just things that are unique to Mary Kay. These are unique, those are life skills. I mean, wouldn't you say we learn so many life skills in this business that have helped me in the ministry work that we do and in all kinds of things that we do? It's so important. As women of color, I like to say that there's prejudice everywhere, but there's no discrimination in this business, and it's real. Women deal with prejudice in corporate America, certainly Black women do, certainly Latina women do. And there's every age and stage in this business, from 18 to 99, and there's every ethnicity. And the Latina community is so strong in our business. Can you just talk about what do you think about our company and our culture has caused the explosion of success among the Latina community?
Well, there's so many things, but I think the main reason is because number one, just like in any other country, the opportunities for women are very limited.
Mhm.
And this country, even though it has more opportunities, is still very limited. And another thing is because of the language barrier.
Mhm.
we Not a lot of people learn to speak this English. I mean, like I have all my NSD friends, the Latina. Um, I think about, I don't know, probably 95% of them don't speak English,
Mhm.
or at least they don't speak it fluently.
Mhm.
So we come to this country and we live in like a little sub country. We create our own country. We go to like before I felt more comfortable, and even now I go to church in Spanish. I go to the restaurants that have Mexican food. I go to the stores that that have Spanish speaking people,
Mhm.
and really we don't have a great need to learn the language.
Mhm.
So once you don't learn the language, it is very difficult to integrate. It is very difficult to find a job that will value your strengths, your abilities, your desires, your dreams. And another thing that I think contributes to that is the fact that because we're immigrants, we don't have the support, the family support. And when we start having kids, it's like, you don't trust people to leave your kid with, and daycare is so expensive. So that's, I think those are the two main reasons.
Mhm.
Because when you live in your own country, you have a family member, you have neighbors that you grow up all your life with. I mean, you have a system around you that can help you with bringing up your kids. And here it is very difficult. And I think that's the two main reasons Latina women get attracted to this business of flexibility,
Mhm.
and the income, is limitless.
It's absolutely true. We're coming up on the time for our drawing. So my last question, and I just wanted to say that there was something, gosh, you turn 50 and then it starts going. Oh, I was going to say our company philosophy of faith first, family second, career third, totally, I know, is appealing to all women and certainly appealing to the Latina community. I know there's so many reasons. This culture, just the way Mary Kay Ash built this business, and it's so smart. She was so smart. And even though we've been around for 60 years, it's like we still have this, and aren't we excited about Ryan Rogers, the third generation, Mary Kay's grandson, who is now running our company, debt-free, family-owned. We just don't have a lot of the challenges that other corporations have to deal with. And Mary Kay is very responsive to the needs of today's woman. And so my very last question, then we're going to do a product offer and this drawing, so we'll be out of here in just a couple minutes, is what, with the pandemic, just what is the biggest thing that you learned? Because a lot of, now we're able to get back out and start doing some in-person appointments, but there's still a lot of people that are totally virtual. I mean, I've held like one in-person appointment since December 2019. I was in Singapore working Mary Kay, and then nothing until like last week was my first in-person appointment. So what did you learn about the virtual world, and how we could, our businesses continued, and in many ways they thrived?
Mhm. Well, number one is that this business is how do you say it? Well, it's recession proof, but right, and now it's pandemic proof. So I love it. I love it. It's just, we learned so much. I mean, I was not a tech person. Like, I hardly ever posted a selfie. in my social media, and I was never active doing that. And through this time, I learned so many things. I feel so much empowered in many ways, because I used to be very dependent either on my husband. I don't know how to work this. Help me with this. And now with tons of applications that you have to learn, I mean, I think my brain has expanded in many ways. And then I have friends like Katrina that keep teaching me and keep challenging me to do and utilize what's out there. And I think this is the future. Being, I mean, you get in touch with so many people. I have now a big unit in Mexico. I have people in Peru and all over the States, and it is amazing. And I'm home all the time. I'm like you. I last week was the first day that I had an appointment, live, in person. Yes. So I love it. I love it. It's great.
I love it. Well, Maury, I am so grateful for you sharing your story. And I know that there's some value. I want you guys to type in the chat, what did you hear the most? And, if anything, I know some of them are going to be praying for those trips and praying for a husband who is as supportive as yours is, as mine is, which is really exciting. So
funny, and you will.
For real. So we want to give our guests a product offer. And so we always ask our guests, what is your favorite product? So tell us what your favorite product is.
Ooh, the foundations. Oh my goodness. I could never, just like the lipstick, I could never find a foundation that would match perfectly and that I love, and it's just, foundations are the best. And they keep getting better. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And so as we go from summer to fall and certainly to winter, do you notice that your shade changes? I go from 140 in the summer to 130, bronze 130. And so this is a great time to do an appointment with your beauty consultant, you guys, to get stripe tested for your foundation. And we even have a way of doing that virtually. So today, if you buy one, it's actually buy one foundation. This is the offer. I think we switch it. If you buy one of our foundations, you get the foundation primer half off. That's what we're doing. We're going to give you that foundation primer half off. So that's in the next 24 hours. Buy the foundation and get one of the primer half off. And since Dorothy put that up there, if you want to get two foundations, buy one, get the other one half off, you can do that too. Okay. So that's really cool. And I just wanted to tell you my favorite product right now is our fragrance Illuminea. We have really awesome fragrances. And I know fragrance is, a big hot seller right now, but, this is a high-end fragrance, right? I mean, we got a bottle that was personally engraved with our name on it when this came out. This fragrance is rich. It smells amazing. And if you want to take advantage, for Christmas, we have great gift offerings, and Pink Weekend is coming up and we'll have all kinds of things. But how many of you are like me? You buy one, a gift for someone else and two for yourself, a gift for someone else and two for someone else. So if you purchase the Illuminea fragrance, you can get the body souffle half off. It's the coordinating body souffle that is, you just lather your body and you'll love it. And so will your man. Okay. Julie will love it. So if there's men out there watching, buy it for the lady in your life. She will love it. So this is a time that we get to do a drawing, and it looks as if there's a lot of names in here, but actually what it is there's a lot of people that have multiple entries. Every single person who joined our national area since September got in. Everyone who's purchased over $75. If you've held more than one appointment, there's all different ways. If you've given multiple referrals to your recruiter. So there's one person who has like 40 entries and somebody else who, other people have one entry, some people. So there's all kinds of entries. And when you win, your beauty consultant wins. So it's $250 and $250. And it's okay that you're late. Come on in. So Dorothy, go ahead and share the screen. And right before we do the drawing, I just want to say this, all the different reasons that you might want to say yes to this business. The money, it could be the recognition, it could be the self-confidence, it could be the flexibility, it could be the free car program or the opportunity to be your own boss or a great tax advantage. If you decide that you'd like to say yes, I'm going to, while we're waiting on the name, because it takes a couple seconds to see if the person is actually live in there with us, we will, I'll tell you how you could even join us if you decided to. But since she's got it up here, let's go ahead and do the drawing. And then Dorothy will come on and tell us who her beauty consultant is. Spin the wheel. I love that we get to do this live. So, you know, it's like, this is really happening live. This is not a video. Okay. So let's see. The winner is Kale Phelan. Woo, woo, woo. That is awesome. Awesome. So I do not know Kale. If you're on, let us know. If that's your beauty consultant, let us know. But Dorothy is looking at the Excel spreadsheet and she's going to tell us who her beauty consultant and her director is. Okay. So Dorothy, pop in and tell us who that is. Just a second. She's coming. She's looking.
It's Valerie Otterness.
Valerie Otterness. Awesome. Valerie lives in Central California. Valerie was a truck driver before Mary Kay. Get excited. And now she's an awesome beauty consultant and sales director. And so congratulations to Valerie. Valerie, if you're on, or Vicky, you just tag Valerie. Somebody tag Valerie and say, hey, you're a beauty consultant. Your guest won. I don't know if she's a new beauty consultant or not, but we are so grateful for her. 250. Now, everyone's a winner. So everyone who's on today, I just want you to know, everyone who's on today, we're doing another drawing on December 3rd, and your name is entered into that drawing just for being on today. Okay. So we do these every month. So you keep coming. Everyone's a winner. And we're just excited that 2 people get to go home with some cash today. So before we go, we just want to show you what it takes. If you choose to say yes to success in this business, you can get started with this. It's a great way to make some extra money for the holiday season. $30 is our e-start. We call it our $30 holla. You get a secure way to accept credit cards in our ProPay system, and you get a website. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to make a little bit of extra cash or a lot of extra cash between now and the holiday season. Have a few write-offs and have some fun with us. You can still come in and take advantage of our Pink Friday specials that we're going to have coming up. And most of us do events virtually. We do events every Thursday and every Saturday that you can just invite people on, or events like this that people can just watch. Some of you are watching while you're, glad you're not on camera. Who knows what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Then if you chose to get started with our full starter kit, you could do that. That's $130. That gets you a full awesome box that comes in the mail with samples and product, $400 worth of product and supplies. And if you like, you can also add on $45 of samples to go right along with it. And those are samples that you can use at those appointments that myself and Maury talked about that we can do in person. So I just want to thank you, girl, for joining. And this is just really exciting. What are you most excited about right now, the month of November?
Wow, we had a great October with the promotion. So just continue to work through this month. And then December, I'm going to visit several of my directors, and then excited about leadership. So yes, there's always fun things to do.
That is awesome. Well, even though we live in 2 separate places, we get to see each other at least 3 or 4 times a year. And I will look forward to seeing you in Nashville in January. And I thank you for, and then again, when you invite me to come for your area, I can't wait. That'll be awesome. And I just thank you so much for your story. And thanks to all of the guests that joined It Just Fits. I hope you heard some of the fun ways that this business fits into our life. And we'd love to have it fit into yours as well. So we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.